Dan?
I told you not to get the squeezy bottle. It's everywhere. We've run out of ketchup.
I'll go to the shop then.
The last checkpoint is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Hello and welcome to GameGazm. I'm Bren. What's the matter, Dan? Still haven't got used to a squeezy bottle of
Back
ketchup?
off!
So, you've gotten stuck into the Walking Dead series, eh? Think you could do it better than Rick Grimes?
Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
Well, here's your chance, pal. Yes, this is State of Decay. And yes, it was released a long time ago, back in 2013. Why are we covering this now? Well, as far as zombie games go, and let's face it, there are a lot, we would like to point out that this is the best zombie apocalypse simulator you can get. In our opinion.
Sure, tons of games feature zombies, but few have gotten the survival aspect of them right. There's not much fear with zombies anymore, and with so much material floating around, have we become immune to the fear of zombies? Well, State of Decay did a fantastic job of reinstalling your fear for being overwhelmed, and here's why.
You start off in the middle of nowhere, the zombie outbreak has happened, and you're right in the middle of the woods wondering what the hell is going on. It's time to survive. There is some incredible mechanics at play here that make this seemingly simple game an incredibly deep and immersive experience.
The characters are basically Jimmy No-Ones, but most have a bit of backstory, just enough for you to create a personality for them from your own experiences. There is some story and plot woven in between the conversations, but it's not as involved as The Walking Dead, for example.
What's going on is there's more of them up here than I expected. We need to sweep the rest of the cabins for survivors.
A bit of banter and back to zombie crunching.
The main purpose of the game is to survive, obviously, and you do this by forming groups and fortifying a property. You can control any of the survivors and switching between them will become a very regular occurrence. It's a completely open map, filled with regular progression missions and tons of side missions to do that will keep you busy for hours.
Collecting supplies, gathering medicine, ammo, food rations, fuel, materials for building, it's all important to your survival, so scavenging houses and factories is essential. Each of the survivors has a limited inventory. You can only carry a certain amount of items and weights. You can find bigger backpacks too that will increase your slots slightly. And of course, if you're using a vehicle, then you can stash items in the trunk as well.
All this is set up perfectly to give you lots of responsibility over your time management and the way you conduct missions. By playing with a survivor, going out on missions, gathering items, whacking zombies, you will increase their stats. So if you run a lot, you will increase your stamina, and when you fight a lot with melee weapons, you'll get better at that. You can also increase the shooting stats. The more you shoot, you will eventually be able to lock in a headshot quicker and from a greater distance.
All this serves to allow you to build up a great team of survivors, each with their own skills and abilities. Now, why is it scary? Well, each and every character can die. You can get attached to a character and obviously you can put a lot of time into building stats. This makes you very on edge, and obviously you don't want all your hard work to just get wiped out by making a silly mistake when you're out in the dead zone.
Searching too loudly can draw the attention of nearby zombies, firing a weapon can attract hordes, and there are also special zombies roaming around that can really punish you if you are taken by surprise. It does happen, and when it does, oh man, it's painful. Doc, no! Watching your favourite character getting ripped apart and knowing they're gone for good is a real threat that hounds you throughout the whole game.
Each character has stamina, and this gets worn down when you're out and about. Doing missions, running, fighting, all eventually wear down your character until they need to get some rest to replenish themselves. Or you can stay out a bit longer by consuming energy drinks or taking pills.
The base is a working entity too. You can upgrade it with watchtowers, better storage facilities, kitchens that provide healing hot meals, medic stations that can produce drugs, gardens that can grow a sustainable food source. It's very in-depth, and you can really beef your home base up to suit your needs. And of course, as your group grows in number, you may want to move to a bigger fortified area. And you can.
You will be spending a lot of your time gathering supplies and keeping your homestead safe. But each of the survivors also have character traits that can upset the balance. One of the characters might be arrogant and cause upset in the camp, requiring your attention to sort out the problems.
You look like you need to blow off a little steam. Come on. I'm cool with that.
You can send out scouts to retrieve supplies if your inventory is completely full, but this comes with a risk of the scout getting into trouble, requiring you to go and save them, sometimes even resulting in a death.
Stop reminding me of Doc.
Dead.
And the death of a character can result in negative effects on another character. Perhaps they were best friends and now he's gone. The other character's stats suffer and they can't do things as well as they could.
The game was originally released as an Xbox Live game and has since been re-released as a Year 1 edition for PC and Xbox One with a fresh graphical update to it. However, there are a few down points to this otherwise incredible game. The frame rate is sometimes atrocious. This is mainly noticeable when driving. It can often become an eyesore and really shouldn't be there.
Also, the game does tend to have the odd glitch every now and then, but it's never anything too bad. Usually you'll see things like zombies clipping into floors or popping through walls suddenly. The most serious one I experienced was a glitch where my character wouldn't use their gun, which, as you can imagine, is a fucking problem. It was fixed by swapping a character and then swapping back again. But these are few and far between and haven't been enough to steer me away from having a great time, giving this a GameGazm 8.
When it's all boiled down, it's a third-person open-world zombie experience that we think has done the best job at getting this right. If you're sick of zombies in games being nothing more than cannon fodder, then State of Decay is a welcome break and provides a much-needed survival horror aspect back to the zombie genre. All the while making you feel as cool as Rick Grimes and all the other characters from Walking Dead. It's by far the most in-depth attempt at creating a believable survival experience, and we, like many, hope to see some great things come from Undead Labs in the near future. That name really annoys me.
What? Rick Grimes?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it doesn't, does it? Doesn't rhyme with anything.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And that was State of Decay.
It's a state that is decaying.
It is a decaying state.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's such an awesome zombie game.
We kind of missed out on this at some point, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, it's kind of weird that we're reviewing a game that's been out for so long.
It's
but,
because we really like it.
Yeah, really like it. And yeah, it does have its flaws. The frame rate's a bit nasty in places. Yeah, exactly. A bit skippy. And mainly I only notice that when you're driving.
Yeah.
When you're driving, it's particularly bad.
Yeah.
But when you're on foot, everything seems to be fine.
But it's a good world, isn't it? There's a lot to do. I'm not as far in as Brendan, and I don't think I've seen a tiny little percentage of the possible missions yet. I mean, I've helped a few neighbours out, got them onto my team. I've just worked out how to build my home area up, which currently is a church, which is about as early as you can get with a base, I think.
Yeah, I've finished it, so I'm way ahead. But I know what you've got to come.
Yeah,
and it's one of those games that takes you into a very survival situation and gives you a lot of options.
Yeah.
To do that, like with building and gathering supplies, because obviously if you want to make your base better, you've got to go out into the world and risk your life to get materials.
I like the way you can run out of food. So it's not just about surviving the outside world, you've got to keep the inside world happy as well, which is an interesting way of doing it.
And also, if you do run out of food, arguments break out, and even your own survivors can turn against you. Like it can cause some problems.
And probably quite realistic as well.
There's also, like, as part of the game, if you get the Day 1 edition on the disc, you get the DLC with it. We didn't cover that in the review, but one of the DLCs is Breakdown, and that's basically a continuous, like, constant world that you can build up in, and then you can escape that, and when you come back it's even harder.
Wow.
So it keeps scaling up.
So it just keeps going.
Yeah.
That's really good, isn't
apparently, if you get to like level 7, 8, like the 7th time round, apparently it's almost impossible because But in the developer's own words, they say it's an apocalypse, no one survives.
Yeah,
so
that's a fair
eventually
point.
you will die.
And like you just said, if you're buying it on Xbox One, I think you get both DLCs.
You do.
Don't
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's on the disc.
I don't think there's any other version on the Xbox One. You get
No.
it's the Game of the Year edition. if
That's
you like.
right. Yeah,
good, isn't it?
and it comes with another one called Lifeline, which is in a completely different setting. Actually, you take
Different
on
map.
You're an army guy,
Ah.
and apparently it's a heck of a lot harder. But we just wanted to review the base game, which it's just fantastic. So much fun, and I can't wait to see what Undead Labs are going to do with it.
Yeah.
Because apparently they've got a big announcement to make at E3.
Ooh,
Apparently.
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. So, anyway, that's all the time we've got for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave us a big old like and subscribe if you haven't already. I've been Brent.
I've been Dan.
And we've been
GameGazm. Huh. Have you ever put clothes pegs on your nipples?
Yeah, once or twice. Experimented in college. Why?
Just wondered. Why is this red light still on?
Oh my god.